Hi, I'm Clay Schulson interviewing Kevin Gosnick, and he is a radiologist for OSF Hospital in Escanaba. Why did you choose this job?
The radiology job? Uh, well, I was in medical school and I was interested in computers, and it was a good way to kind of combine both of the things together. So um, that's one reason I chose it. I also did a few rotations in radiology while I was in medical school and found it very interesting. So that helped push me in that direction.
And how much can I expect to make in this profession?
That's an interesting question. Well, it could vary a lot, but it depends on how hard you want to work, how much you work, who you work for, what type of radiologist you want to be. But in general, you probably make anywhere from, I don't know, $250 to $600,000 a year. Could be plus or minus, but radiologists generally do pretty well as far as physicians go.
Do you prefer working alone or with people in this profession?
A little bit of both. I do work a lot on my own because now our job is mostly on the computer. Sometimes I like that, but we also work with people. We do procedures, and so there's some limited contact with people. I prefer a mix of both. I wouldn't want to do either all the time.
How many hours do you work in a week?
It depends on the week, but a normal week I'd probably work 60 hours, maybe. I would say anywhere from 50 to 80 hours in a week.
What are some ups and downs of this job?
Uh, some good things are the schedule is usually pretty good. Pay is pretty good. It's an interesting job. It's never dull. You can never know everything, so it's kind of challenging. And you get to work with a lot of nice people, and it's just interesting by itself. Some of the downs are you work a lot. There's a lot of imaging stuff that's involved in all of medicine now, so you're busy all the time, and it can be really challenging to stay focused for long periods of time.
Okay. And what do you think is the hardest thing about your job?
Um, well, I would just say keeping focused and trying to stay on top of things. I mean, we're just busy all the time, and you're being pulled in a lot of different directions, and it's really hard just to stay focused and keep on top of what you're supposed to do. And there's a million different things. You're multitasking all the time, and if we make any mistakes, there's a picture of it. And someone can always go back and look, and you're trying to look at thousands of images sometimes in a couple of minutes and pick out small things, and it's easy to miss stuff or whatever. So
And how much did your education and training cost?
when I was done, I had a nice big debt of $265,000, which looking back now, that doesn't seem that bad. I mean, there's a lot of people that are actually in a lot worse shape now, and school's getting more expensive, and it's harder to make more money, and it's not cheap. So I didn't have parents to help pay for it. Some people do, some people don't, but in general, just basic medical education costs around $250,000. Some people up to $400,000. So
What would be your backup job?
that is a good question. I would probably be in business. I don't know exactly what, probably in finance or something like that, but I'm not really sure.
Do you have holidays off?
This year I work every other holiday, so it depends. It depends on what type of group or situation you're in. Usually you trade them with the people you're working for. Sometimes alternate right now I work with one other people, so him and I share all the holidays. Before I worked with 5 people and you would split it up, but you usually work nights, holidays, weekends, and so it's not a 9-to-5 job.
Does this job cause you to travel, and if so, how far and how often?
Right now I travel down to Escanaba from Marquette. So 2 days a week I drive down there. The rest of the time I work from home.
Okay. And that's it.
Anything else? Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me interview you.
You're welcome. Thanks for doing it.